give it a little spritz, guys. Good morning, YouTube. It's Eric with Precision Pressure Wash coming at you from Champions Gate, Florida today, guys. I know you haven't seen me in there in a while, but I'm headed there now. This is a new customer. I'll tell you about this one. A lot of you guys might remember, you know, back 08, 09, the big bubble burst, bunch of foreclosures, bank-owned properties. Well, it's starting again. These banks need people to go out and take care of stuff, especially the houses that are in the gated communities that have strict HOAs, which means if the driveway's dirty, they're still gonna violate them. They don't care if it's a bank-owned foreclosure, they don't care. So, me ranking high on Google in the area caused them to call me, probably a handful of other dudes. One thing I remember about these jobs, I got into this a little bit, cutting grass, at the very tail end of it, where you got to take the before, during, and after shots, like action, all that, so they don't get ripped off, because a lot of people were taking advantage of them, like a lot. The good thing about this is they pay good. Like, they pay good. Like, they literally, I gave them a price. See, I know the deal. I know. I gave them a price, and they just keep adding stuff on. There's like a couple wasp nests on the back patio that I'm gonna pressure clean the paver patio deck. It's small. $20 just to take down a wasp nest. Come on, guys. I don't care if they're on there or not. You know what I mean? Like, I got you. So this is gonna end up being a really good ticket. Then I go from here, which is a paver driveway, the sidewalk, the front porch, all that, you know, normal stuff. And then from there, I'm headed over close to where the chlorine shop is. You guys have seen me working there before. This is actually a return customer. I think I did a video with a roof, house, fence, pool deck. We've done a lot there. So I'm going to do the driveway because they had a pod there for the longest. Finally, it's gone. She's ready. moving forward, you guys see I'm trying to elevate my videos just because I want to. I have been, now that I feel good and I understand the editing like fairly decent, I have been watching videos on just more features to tap into on the editing software. I do pay for editing software now, guys. I think it's like $12 a month. If my video does good, one video pays for it, so it's a no-brainer. But there's a lot of stuff I wasn't utilizing, and it was like the last video or so I didn't learn anything with it, so now I've actually went and watched videos on features. Just try to like unlock new features, new cool stuff without doing too much, you know? I do have a mic now. I shot a video yesterday with it. It is gonna be one of those things I'm not gonna be able to use it all the time, especially if I'm getting the back spray on me, because this thing was expensive. It's a DJI. I had to do it, guys. Like when I edit my videos, I hate the sound of wind. How annoying is it? You know what I mean? So people are watching. Might as well make it better. I watch it. Guys, before my video comes out, I don't watch it 2-3 times. You know what I mean? So it's annoying me. Gotta be annoying y'all. It's just amateur hour, you know what I mean? As you grow, you're just gonna keep stepping up your game. If you don't, people ain't gonna watch your stuff no more. That's all I know. Yes, I still got manual roll-up windows, guys. Don't really care. I do have 4-wheel drive though, and I see all these guys with electric windows and all this cool stuff, and they don't, damn, I almost just hit that squirrel. And they don't even have electric, or they don't even have 4-wheel drive. Come on, bro. How are you gonna have a truck with no 4-wheel drive? For me, that don't make no sense. Okay, enough ranting. Coming through the neighborhood. Everything's looking good. I haven't done a ton of work in this little section here, but guys, look at these roofs. They're not white. They're like an off-whitish, grayish, but they need it. All right. I'm hoping there's no other people here working for the company. Oh man, guys, earlier when you saw me putting that fitting back onto the floor, oh my God, that was hard. I don't know how much of that I'm gonna edit out, but that was like the hardest thing I've done in 2 days. I was like, I don't remember it being like that. Anyways, we are here. We are getting to the site, guys. Here it is.
Destination is on the right.
You hear? It's on the right. It's on the right, guys. There it is. So this is where we're gonna be for the next however long. Because like I said, I'm gonna be videoing me taking pictures while I'm working. It's gonna be like, I don't know. It's going to be weird, but I know how these people are. They're very adamant with the pictures. If you don't produce pictures, you ain't getting paid. So, got to go here, show my ass a little bit with these people. This is the first job I'm working with them, but guys, I know what's happening. People are losing their stuff all over the place. So, there's going to be foreclosures and stuff. As bad as that is and bad as it sounds, it's happening all around us. People ain't really talking about it, but my wife does real estate, so I know what's going on with the housing market. Enough of that. Why do you guys want to learn about what's going on with that? Let's jump out. I'll probably do the usual couple clips of me setting up, not so exaggerated, because today I am trying to be all over the place and get stuff done. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, we are on location. I'm pretty much set up. Here's what we got. Super bad. Definitely gonna have tanning. There's the property line right there. So here, definitely gonna need some post treating. Probably just use the pump up because that's the only spot that I see that looks a little stubborn. This is gonna be easy. The hardest part about this job, we gotta take pictures of every step or you can't get paid. So up here, it looks worse than it is, really. It really does. Coming around to here. I mean, you can see why the HOA's on them. They're not being petty. It looks bad. It's probably the worst one in here, to be honest, from what I've seen. And then we're gonna knock down wasp nest, mud dauber, 2 mud daubers there. I have to take pictures before, after, and during. I've already done all my before pictures. So now I'm doing my initial walk around. See anything that's hinky, we're gonna point it out. Here in the back, not organics, so I'm not gonna pre-treat. I'm just gonna go ahead, surface clean this, rinse. Also take care of the mud daubers while I'm back here. There's not a lot, but there is some. I'm gonna go ahead, get the water fired up. Catch you guys in the back. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is go ahead and pre-treat the driveway. I'm going to wet all this blue. just because I definitely am gonna let this marinate. So we will hit the button. I don't know if you guys can see it's blinking. It's 150 foot of hose, so it shouldn't take all day, which means while I'm wetting this, I'm on a super time crunch, so there ain't no messing around. And then definitely out here where it's hot. And now we're on soap, so we're gonna go ahead. Up here is not horrible, right here is. I don't think we need to turn the revs down. It ain't that bad. We are using surfactant. See guys, that's why you gotta put cones out. That's why. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I do have surfactant in here, the good old trusty eliminator. It is not needed, but I have to get rid of some stuff. And then I also like the way it doesn't dry up. And then also, it looks cool in the video. Because it's all about making a cool video these days for me. I'm tired of just the same old stuff. I can't believe you guys. I mean, I appreciate it, but damn, nobody said nothing like, hey, step it up, bro. All these dead spots and these nowhere, headed nowhere rants that you do. Either way, guys, I appreciate y'all rolling with me like this. I'm having fun. I ain't had fun in my regular life in a while, like where you could say you're having fun at work. Like, that's pretty weird. I don't have fun every day, but when I do, I'm having a blast. I do have a mic now because I know when it comes to making a good video, you gotta have good audio. And I just cringe now when I hear all that wind, and then I gotta go in there and try to play with all the sound, and it's just, it doesn't match up. So we're trying to step it up, not only with the editing, the visuals, we're trying to step it up with the audio as well, guys. I'm really taking this serious, which is weird. Sometimes I sit back and I ask myself, is this really what you're doing, bro? And then some days I'm like, of course you are, bro. Of course you're doing this. If that makes sense to you, then you probably, your brain operates probably the same way mine does, and that's probably why you continue to watch my stuff. Alright guys, this one we're going to put a nice coat. We do have our cones out. Now, if I see somebody coming this time, I'm going to have to stop them. I would not let her walk through this. I'd pick her up and carry her before I let her walk through here, guys. Alright, so this is going good. We'll probably come back and put another coat right here on this stretch of sidewalk. I don't waterfall it off the edge too much, just a little. Let's go see what we got for surfactant. Plenty, guys. Plenty, plenty, plenty. So we're going to go ahead and double tap this right now. that thing wet, guys. That way I'll be able to run with my surface cleaner. All right, we're gonna go right back down here. We're gonna try to keep it from running just all down this side. Alright guys, now before the clean water gets here, I'm just going to put a little bit more here. Then before we go into the wash, I'm going to go ahead, when I'm sure it's pulling clean, and just hit these edges. Alright, so go through, rinse it off. Still got a little bit of soap coming out, so we'll go back over this. That way you're kind of cleaning up there on that little painted strip anyways, because you know you can't hit that. Alright, hit this little bit of blue over here. Now I can get into the surface cleaning. Stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and treat this with the pump up right now before I finish my rinse. That way it's got time to work before I take these after pictures. Probably, the battery's probably going to die and I'm going to have to change it, so bear with me. I like to do the half on the side that's uphill if I can, if there's an uphill side to this. That's it guys, we already knew this was gonna be here. I said it before I even started. We might have to come back and hit it a little bit more, and if we do, that's the other reason I'm doing this now. So I got time and just flood it out. So yeah, we're gonna lay a good coat on there. Let you guys see me do this, because I know the battery's gonna die and I will have to put a new one in before we wrap up. Alright guys, start in the back real quick and then we'll check out here. I've already took my pictures that I have to submit to the bank, but here we go. First job's wrapped up. We are a little nervous of that hornet. I took his nest down, so he has to build a new one, but there's that. All the mud daubers are gone. I think you guys watched me do that. I don't remember. It's been so many things going on here. Moving along to the front porch. It wasn't bad till you got right here. This is where the organic started. All this was bad. All this, it's hard to remember exactly where the worst spot was, but we know all that was bad. All this. Pretty much everywhere where it's shady right now. But that's it. It smells like a ton of chlorine. We got to get on to the next job. I'm already a little bit behind. Anyways, so we'll show the tanning spots that we treated. There wasn't really any tanning here. I think I treated a tiny spot there and a tiny spot there. You can see where we left off. It's quite obvious. And then coming down here where we had the bad tanning spots from the pine tree. She's looking good, guys. Again, that was just a pump up. You use less in that pump up than you would have lost flushing out your hose for the 12 volt. Honestly, guys. And it's not because I'm cheap, it's just because I don't feel like flushing it out for 20 minutes. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys on the next job. All right, guys, we're here. I'm gonna go do the walk around before I set up, switch it up a little bit. It's not horrible, but it definitely needs some love. Curbs especially. We're gonna do the curbs down to like right at that sewer thing. And then as for this, there was a pod here for a little bit, and that's why that's like that. But even there, you can see tanning spots from the last time she had it cleaned, which you can see the streaks there. It was years ago. But up here, I did spray some 5 on this 6 months ago when I was flushing out from doing the roof. So that's why this looks like this, but this did look like that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna use the house wash mix, get rid of the stuff in there with the soap, the eliminator. But I'm also gonna mix up some 5. Oh, it's too tight, guys. Let's see what we got in there. Oh yeah, we ain't got nothing. So go ahead, I'm gonna mix up a little bit in the pump up because it's pretty much gone. We're gonna get that a little spicier. We got a whole 2.5, and if we run out on the pre, I do have some stuff in there that I need to get rid of. Plenty. I have enough in there to do this, but I really want to get rid of the stuff in there. Alright, so I've even pulled my tools out and all that, but I'm going to go ahead now and start going through the whole setup process, and then when I figure out how I want to shoot this and do things, I will go ahead and start filming again. Stay tuned. Alright guys, just gonna give stuff a little bit of a pre-wet, this plant material, because I'm gonna turn it down before I apply, this wet, so I don't have to worry about letting it sit too long. Trying to get some of this debris out of here as well. Alright, that's all we're doing with that. It always helps to turn your stuff on when you want to use it. We're going to focus on just getting this driveway treated. Put a good coat here. That way I can just move a little faster when I get onto the surface cleaning. There's no sense in going slow thinking I'm not going to have to post-treat anything because I can see the tanning spots. So we're just going to put a good coat, do what we do, and then whatever we got to post-treat with the pump up, that's exactly what we're going to do. I know I said that winter has set in down here, but it's unset. You know what I mean? Nice and hot. I've been sweating here and there all day. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I don't want the cold weather like that. 40s, forget about it. We're gonna put a really good coat up here because I ain't coming back to this. This is a one-hitter. Alright guys, what I'm doing now, just kind of giving it a little flush. But the real flush will come when I'm rinsing with the ball valve. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is get this thing started with the surface cleaner. We're going to start on the walkway and then work our way down. I'll probably do walkway and then that one square and rinse just so it doesn't dry. It's kind of hot. I'm not trying to rub it in your guys' face, but it's kind of really hot. I'm not complaining though. I'd rather have it like this because the fishing is just way freaking better. Start right here. Let's roll. So what I'm gonna do now, we're done up here. It's looking good. Happy with the way it's turning out. It's actually coming off really, really easy. But I'm gonna go ahead now and just douse this with the 5. And hopefully when I'm done, and I come back up here, this is completely gone. It's a 95% chance it'll be gone on the first shot. This isn't that crazy stuff. Some of it's in those little divots in the concrete. But as long as you just go ahead and give it a little spritz. Just give it a little spritz, guys. Alright guys, let's do this walkthrough before this battery dies. I just wanted to get my air on because it is freaking hot. Here we go. This thing turned out awesome. It's just a driveway, I know. We did curbs up to there. I did post that, but that's some grimy stuff. Looks really good. As far as this, I did post treat with the pump up. You guys saw it. Look at it now. Perfecto. It's perfect, guys. Here's the side that we posted this and rinsed all this a long time ago. So look, it's drying. Look how white this is. This, obviously, when it dries up, it does smell a little bit like chlorine. There's not much you can do about that. If you want it clean, it's going to smell like that. I might go ahead and pull the garden hose out and just try to rinse this out. Now that it's not flooded, I'm probably most definitely going to do that. If it seems like it's not helping much, then I'm just going to abort. But there is a hose right there, so I'm cool with that. Anyways, guys, I got to go touch base with the customer. I'll catch you in the truck.